2,
3,
4,
6. Hello, my name is Alexis, and today I'm going to be talking about the STAR test and really if it's even something beneficial for our students nowadays as we've progressed as a state. So what the STAR test is a readiness exam to see like all the material that your student has learned over the course of a year and put them to the test to see if they were able to retain that information and see if they're ready for the next grade level. So throughout kind of the whole school year, this is really the only thing that teachers and administrators are preparing their students for. And this can put a lot of stress on the students, teachers, administration, everyone involved, just because everything is riding on these students to perform well. Because a couple of things that go into the STAR test are things like school funding and just how it's mostly just school funding, about how much supplies and money the school will get for each student based on how well the student performed and how well the teacher performed, because a lot of this also rides on the teacher. And if their students performed well, that means that they performed well throughout the year. So it just puts a lot of stress onto everyone involved. And looking at the stats based off of it, it's not really the favored choice of a lot of people, especially parents of these students. They are given the option to opt their students out of these exams just because a lot of parents agree that this test is really more just testing the student if they can remember this material, not really if they actually learned it and comprehended it themselves. So yeah, and then it also just shows the teacher's satisfactory level, and it says the same thing, that a lot of teachers are also not in favor of this exam because of the stress that it shows that it puts on the students. So yeah, and it really another reason is just seeing if this exam actually even works in the first place. The reason this whole exam is put into place is to make sure that each student is at the same level and that they're ready to move on to the next curriculum, and to make sure that their teaching style is appropriate enough for the grade level that they're in, and if something needs to be changed. Obviously, these are all good reasons to keep the test instated and to keep using it, but it can be used in different ways, and it definitely should be, just because this test is not practical for every student, and it shows in statistics that have been given from the 2024 to 2025 year. It shows that mostly in the age range of 5th graders, that test scores have dropped down all the way from 2% in reading all the way to 10% in things like science. Ever since COVID, these have been steadily dropping for each grade level. Also the fact that each level of the test is not appropriate or acclimated to the grade level. Like a reading test that is given to a 3rd grader is a test made for a 5th grader. So they're not really catching up, and it's definitely a little harder on the students at the end of the day. So in conclusion, is this test really necessary, or is there a better way to provide this information and to test the readiness of our students? And yeah, that is my presentation. Thank you so much.